Good morning, students. In the previous class, we see some problem involving the second exercise. Now we continue the next sum of the same exercise. See, it is the question number 4. The question number 4 is, suppose a discrete random variable can only take the values 0, 1 and 2. So it's given is a discrete random variable. It can take the value, just 3 values, the values are 0, 1 and 2. The probability mass function is defined as f of x is equal to f of x has a 2 value. When x is 0, 1, 2, then f of x have some value, x square plus 1 by k. Otherwise 0. Otherwise 0 means except these 3 values, all the remaining values of x, f of x value is become 0. Then there will be 3 questions are given. Find the value of k. To find the value of this k. Next one, to find the cumulative distribution function. And third one, to find the probability of x is greater than or is equal to 1. So first, by the given data, we write the value of f of 0. The value of f of 0 is given. When we replace x is equal to 0 here, f of 0. So f of x. F of x is possible only for these 3 values of x. The first value of x is 0. So I replace in x 0. So here also we replace x by 0. 0 square plus 1. That value is 1 by k. So 1 by k. What about f of 1? The next value of x is 1. So I replace x by 1 in f of x. So f of 1 is equal to 1 square. The value of 1 square is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 by k. And one more value is also given, that is f of 2. The last value of x is 2. So f of 2, I replace x by 2 in f of x. So f of 2 is equal to 2 square. The value of 2 square, 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1, 5 by k. Except these 3 values of x, all the remaining value of f of x becomes 0 is a given data. So first we find the value of f of 0, f of 1 and f of 2. The first step to find the value of k, we know very well the total probability value is always is equal to 1. Since x contains just 3 values, so next we write the formula. We know that summation of f of x should be is equal to 1. Summation of the function of f of x all values should be is equal to 1. That is, I write it is f of 0, f of 1, f of 2 is equal to 1. Because f of x is possible only for these 3 values. So sum of all the value always is equal to 1. Now we enter the value of f of 0, f of 1 and f of 2. F of 0, we already find the value of f of 0 is 1 by k, is a 2 by k and it is 5 by k. Now we replace the values. So 1 by k, 2 by k and 5 by k should be is equal to 1. You see in all the denominator k is common. So whole divided by k. You have the numerators. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. Is equal to 1. We cross multiply, the value of a k is 8, okay? We cross multiply here, 8 is equal to k, so the value of k is equal to 8. So the first one is that is to find the value of a k. Now first question is find the value of k. So the value of k is 8. Next we write the probability mass function table. The probability mass function is, for understanding purpose, first we write the probability mass function. In the first row, the values of x. Second one is probability value, is f of x. So x contains how many values? Just 3 values. The values are 0, 1 and 2. So 0, 1 and 2. So 0, 1, 2. When x is 0, okay, when x is 0, who's the probability value? When x is 0, whose the probability value f of 0 is given 1 by k. But we find the value of k. What is the value of k? The value of k is 8. So 1 by 8. When x is equal to 1, f of 1 value is 2 by k. But the value of k is 8. So 2 by 8. When x is 2, f of 2 is defined as 5 by k, the value of k is 8. So 5 by 8. Actually, the probability mass function, the question is not given in the question. For understanding purpose, I elaborate. First we find the probability mass function. Now we move the second one. What is the second one? Cumulative distribution function. Now to find the cumulative distribution function, I put the heading cumulative distribution function. First we write the formula of a cumulative distribution function. The symbol of a cumulative distribution function is capital letter f of x, and whose formula is p of capital letter x is less than or is equal to small letter x. Next, we substitute all the random possible values. The random variable values of x. First value is 0, 1 and 2. So f of 0. So in this formula, I replace small letter x become 0. So p of x is less than or is equal to 0. So the least value of x is 0. So less than or equal to 0 is nothing but is equal to 0. Is nothing but f of 0. P of x is equal to 0 or f of 0. Both are same. We already find the value of f of 0. You see the table. The value of f of 0 is 1 by 8. Next, f of 1. F of 1. So we use in the formula p of x is less than or is equal to 1. So x value is 1 or less than 1. So less than 1 value is possible here. That value is 0. So p of x is equal to 0 or p of x is equal to 1 is f of 0. P of x is equal to 0 is nothing but f of 0, because you know the probability mass function is symbol is small letter f of x, and also it is equal to p of capital letter x is equal to small letter x. So it's f of 0. What about that one? That one is f of 1. So f of 1. F of 0 value is 1 by 8. You see f of 1 value is 2 by 8. We add, we get f of 1 value is 3 by 8. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 by 8. Next to find, after f of 1, next we find f of 2. So now we find f of 2. So p of x is less than or is equal to 2. We already find it elaborate. So p of x is less than or is equal to 2 means the value of x, it may be 2 or less than 2. So now we see the table. 2 or less than 2. So all the three values are possible. So to add all. Okay. So we write it is 1 by 8 plus 2 by 8 plus 5 by 8. That value is f of 0 value, f of 1 value, and it is f of 2 values. Whole divided by 8. Here are the numerator. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 5 is 8. So 8 by 8. We cancel, we get f of 2 value is 1. Therefore, the cumulative distribution function is here also we form a table. The table indicates the first column is the values of x. Just we write capital X or capital X is equal to small letter x. Next one, cumulative distribution symbol f of x. X can take the values 0, 1 and 2. So 0, 1 and 2. When x is 0, capital F of 0 value is. When x is 0, capital F of 0 value is 1 by 8. When x is equal to 1, capital F of 1 value is. Capital F of 1 value is 3 by 8. When x is equal to 2, capital F of 2 value is. You see, capital F of 2 value is 1. So we find the cumulative distribution function also. Second subdivision is also over. But you see in our question, one more question will be there. Now see the question. We find already 2. The third one is also given. The third one is P of x is greater than or is equal to 1. Here also we find P of x is greater than or equal to 1 is meaning that to find the probability of the value of x is greater than or is equal to 1. I find here P of x is greater than or is equal to 1. To find that value also, so P of x is greater than or is equal to 1. What is the meaning of this question? P of means to find a probability of the value of x, it may be 1 or greater than 1. Okay, so the least value of x is 1. So it may be 1. The greater value of 1 in the given question is 2. Plus P of x is equal to 3 is not possible because the maximum value of x is 2 and the minimum value of x is 0. So P of x is greater than or equal to 1 means it may be 1 or 2. P of x is equal to 1 is nothing but f of 1. P of x is equal to 2 is nothing but f of 2. We already find these two values. What is the value of f of 1? You see the table. F of 1 value is 2 by 8. So 2 by 8 plus f of 2 value is, when x is 2, f of 2 value is 5 by 8. So P of x is greater than or is equal to 1. That value is 8 is common. You have the numerator 2 plus 5 is 7. So the required probability value is 7 by 8. After we find all probability value, you check the answer. It lies between 0 to 1. You see that value is also lies between 0 to 1. Because all the probability value lies between 0 to 1. So this probability value is 7 by 8. Okay, now we move to the next one. The cumulative distribution function of a discrete random variable is given by. That is, capital letter f of x is given. To find the probability mass function, we already see the formula of this one. When your capital F of x is given, to find small letter f of x, the formula is f of xi is equal to capital f of xi minus whose the previous value. So first we find the probability mass function and also to find these two probability values. Okay. In this sum, the random variable is taught from in which number? Minus infinity less than x less than minus 1. Minus 1 up to is n2. 3 less than or equal to x less than infinity. Actually, it is a discrete random variable. Is x can follows the values start from minus 1 up to 3. All the remaining values is a 0 and also is more than 1. More than 1 is impossible. So it's a discrete random variable. First we identify the random variable values. Solution. The random variable values are they are important. The random variable values start from minus 1. Minus 1 less than or is equal to x. So x value, least value is minus 1. Up to 0, 1, 2 and 3. 0, 1, 2 and 3. Important to find the values of the random variable. So the random variable values is minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Next, to find each and every random variable, to find a small letter f of x. So we write the formula. F of xi. F of xi is nothing but P of capital X is equal to small xi. F of x is P of capital X is equal to small x. If we put xi, here also we put xi. Capital letter f of xi. So first I write the formula. Capital F of xi minus f of xi minus 1. That previous one value. Xi minus capital F of x in suffix I minus 1. So first we find f of minus 1. F of minus 1 is nothing but P of capital X is equal to minus 1. Is a capital letter f of minus 1 minus capital F of minus 1 minus. Minus 1 minus 1. What is the meaning of minus 1, sir? The previous value of minus 1. Okay. Now we see the table f of minus 1. When x is equal to minus 1, whose capital f of x value is given as 0.15. So we enter the value 0.15 minus. In minus 1 previous, f of x is defined as 0. So 0. So f of minus 1 value is 0.15. Is f of minus 1 or it is a p of capital X is equal to minus 1. Both are same. So first one value is over. Now the second one value. After minus 1, the next random variable values. After minus 1, the next random variable value is 0. So f of 0. So whose formula is capital letter f of 0 minus, what is the previous value of 0? The previous value of 0 is minus 1. So minus 1. F of 0. The value of f of 0 is defined as, when x is 0, okay, f of x 0 value is 0.35. So 0.35 minus f of minus 1 value is already given, is 0.15. So f of 0 value is 0.35 minus 0.15 is 0.20. So f of minus 1 value is fine. Now f of 0 is also fine. Next to find f of 1. So what is the formula of f of 1? Capital letter f of 1 minus capital letter f of, what is the previous number of 1 is 0. So again we write 0. F of 1 value. Now we see what is the value of f of 1. F of 1. When x is 1, whose function value is 0.60. So 0.60 minus f of 0. The value is 0.35. So f of 1 value is 60 minus 0.35 is a 0.25. (60 minus 35 is 25). After finding f of 1, the next value is f of 2, whose formula is f of 2 minus f of 1. It's easy. F of 2 whose previous value is 1. So f of 2 minus f of 1. When x is 2, capital f of x is defined as, you see the table, when x is 2, capital F of x is defined as 0.85 minus f of 1 value is given at 0.60. So f of 2 value is also 0.25. 85 minus 60 is 25. Last, f of 3. The formula of f of 3, capital letter f of 3 minus capital letter f of 2. F of 3, when x is equal to 3, capital letter f of x is defined as, the value is 1 minus f of 2 value is 0.85. So f of 3 value is 0.1 minus 0.85 is 0.15. So to find the probability value of each and every random variables. Next, to form a table, the name of the table is the probability mass function. The probability mass function is, there will be two rows. The first row indicates the values of x. So capital X is equal to small x. Now the next one is the probability mass function symbol. We write either small letter f of x or p of capital X is equal to small letter x. What is the least value of the random variable here? The least value of the random variable here, minus 1 up to 3. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. The first row fully the values of the random variable. The second row fully we write whose probability values. When x is equal to minus 1, whose probability value is. When x is equal to minus 1, whose probability value is 0.15. When x is equal to 0, whose probability value is 0.20. When x is equal to 1, whose probability value is 0.25. When x is equal to 2, whose probability value is 0.25 again. When x is equal to 3, whose probability value is 0.15. Now we find the first one, the probability mass function. How to check it is correct or not? One shortcut form is there. The total probability value is always 1. To add all. Suppose it comes exact 1, our answer is correct. Okay, we add 0.25, 0.25, 0.50, 0.70, 0.85 plus 0.15. Total answer is 1, so our answer is correct. So the first submission is over. That is to find the probability mass function is completed. But two more question is given. What is the second submission? You see the question. In second submission, to find P of x is less than 1. Second, P of x is less than 1. P of x is less than 1 means to find the probability, suppose the value of x is less than 1. Here less than 1 means two value is possible. Either it may be a 0 or minus 1. So P of x equal to either minus 1 or plus P of x is equal to 0. P of x is equal to minus 1 is nothing but f of minus 1 plus P of x is equal to 0 is nothing but f of 0. What is the value of f of minus 1? When x is equal to minus 1, f of minus 1 value is 0.15 plus f of 0. When x is equal to 0, whose f of 0 value is 0.20. So 0.20. So P of x is less than 1 value is 0.20 plus 0.15. And we get 0.35. Second submission is over. Now we find the third one. What is the third one? P of x is greater than or is equal to 2. P of x is greater than or is equal to 2. That means the value of x, it may be 2 or more than 2. More than 2 means the maximum value is 3. So that value is P of x is equal to 2 plus P of x is equal to 3. P of x is equal to 2 is f of 2 plus P of x is equal to 3 is nothing but f of 3. So I continue here. F of 2. The value of f of 2 is 0.25 plus f of 3. The value of f of 3 is 0.15. So the value of P of x is greater than or is equal to 2 is 0.25 plus 0.15. Add, we get 0.40. So it is a working rule to find the probability. Suppose capital F of x is given. To find small letter f of x, what is the formula? Small letter f of xi or P of capital X is equal to small xi is equal to capital F of xi minus capital F of xi minus 1. First we memorize the formula. And then to find each and every random variable, to find whose the probability values. That means one value, whose the previous value. F of 1 means f of 1 minus whose previous, 0. 2, f of 2 means f of capital F of 2, whose previous value. To separate each and every, to continue the process up to all random variables. Then we form a table and we add all the probability values. It comes exact 1, our answer is correct. And also to find 2 more probability value, we find that value also. Same capital F of x is given to find the probability mass function and also to find the 2 probability value. As it is from the previous, you try yourself. Suppose you have a doubt, we see the question. The cumulative distribution function of a discrete random variable is given. In previous one, all are given in some decimal. Now we are given in some fraction values. So our final answer also is given in some fraction. The first step, to find the probability mass function and also to find the 2 probability value. Okay, first of all, very important, the random variable values. Here, what is the least random variable values? Minus infinity, less than x, less than 0. 0 less than or equal to x. So x value is, one of the values is 0. We start from 0 up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And other than x value is more than 4, whose value is 1. So the least value of x is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very important to find the random variable values. So the random variable values start from 0 up to 4. Next, to find the probability mass function, so we write the formula. It is a formula. So to find each and every value. First, f of, what is the least value of x? The least value of x is 0. So f of 0. So this formula, f of 0. So first value we write f of 0 minus f of 0 minus. So we should read it as 0 minus. What is the meaning of 0 minus? The previous value of 0. F of 0 is given in the question. When x is 0, whose f of 0 value is 1 by 2 minus f of 0 minus. So x value is, suppose before of 0, that value is defined as 0. So f of 0 value is 1 by 2. Next, f of 1. F of 1 formula is capital F of 1 minus capital F of 0. F of 1, when x is 1, capital F of x how to define? When x is 1, 1 less than or equal to x. When x is 1, capital F of x is defined as 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 minus f of 0. The value of f of 0 is 1 by 2. We cross multiply, we get 2 3s are 6 minus 5 1s are 5 divided by 5 2s are 10. So f of 1 value is 6 minus 5 is 1 by 10. So f of 1 is 5. Next, to find f of 2. Formula is capital F of 2 minus capital F of 1. F of 2, when x is 2, whose function value is defined as 4 by 5. Minus f of 1 is 3 by 5. So f of 2 is 1 by 5, okay? 5 is common, whole divided by 5. The numerator 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So 1 by 5. Next, f of 3. The value of f of 3. Capital F of 3 minus capital F of 2. F of 3. When x is equal to 3, whose probability value is given as 9 by 10. Minus, when x is equal to 2, whose value is 4 by 5. I will be taking the LCM, 10 and 5. The LCM of 10 and 5 is 10. The first time denominator is already 10, so I write the numerator 9. Minus 5 is there, but our LCM is 10. So you multiply 2 this denominator, we get 10. So you multiply 2 to the numerator also. 2 4s are 8. So f of 3 is 9 minus 8 is 1. So 1 by 10. So f of 3 is 4. We find one more. That is f of 4. The formula of f of 4. Capital F of 4 minus whose previous value is f of 0. F of 4 value is, when x is 4, f of 4 value is 1 minus 9 by 8. 9 by 10. So f of 4. We cross multiply 10 minus 9. 10 minus 9 is 1 by 10. So to find all probability value of the random variables. Next, we form a table. The probability mass function is the first row, the values of x, and the second row, whose probability values. We write it is a capital X or capital X is equal to small x. Our next one, we write f of x or p of capital X is equal to small letter x. We write any one. We write small letter f of x or p of capital X is equal to small x. The random variable x which can take the least value in the sum is 0 up to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and also 4. When x is equal to 0, whose f of 0 value is, we already find f of 0 value is 1 by 2. When x is equal to 1, whose probability value is 1 by 10. When x is 2, whose probability value is 1 by 5. Here 1 by 10. And the last one is also 1 by 10. In the sum, some simplification is possible. Suppose we will be taking the LCM is a 10. Multiply both the numerator and denominator by 5. That value is 5 by 10. We multiply by 2, 2 by 10. So whole divided by 10. 5, 6, 2, 8, 9, 10. So 10 by 10. So our answer is correct. So the probability mass function is completed. Next one, to find some probability value also. What is the second probability value? To find P of the value of x is less than 3. I find here P of x is less than 3. Less than 3 means the probability of, suppose the value of x is less than 3. What is the less than 3 value here? There will be 3 values are possible. Less than 3 means it may be 2 or 1 or 0. So P of x is 0 or P of x is 1 or P of x is 2. Because less than 3 is, so all the 3 values are possible. P of x is equal to 0 is nothing but f of 0 is f of 1 and it is f of 2. F of 0, x is 0, f of 0 value is 1 by 2 plus f of 1 value is 1 by 10 plus f of 2 value is 1 by 5. What is the LCM of the denominator? 2, 10, 5 is there. The LCM of the denominator is 10. In which number multiplied by 2 we get 10? 5. So you multiply the number 5 to the numerator. 5 ones are 5 plus already 10 is there. The LCM is also 10. So you write the numerator as it is plus 1 plus. Here the denominator is 5 but our LCM is 10. In which number we multiply 5 we get 10? 2. So the number 2 is multiplied to the numerator. 2 ones are 2. Add we get 5 plus 1 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 by 10. We cancel, we get 4 by 5. In second table we cancel. So the answer is 4 by 5. So the second one subdivision answer is 4 by 5. But one more subdivision is also given in the question. You see the third one. What is the third one? P of x is greater than or is equal to 2. I find the value here also. So to find P of x is greater than or is equal to 2. What is the value of this probability value? It is the third solution. So x value is greater than or equal to 2. That means the value of x, it may be 2 or more than 2. So start value is 2 or 3 or 4. So I find all the 3 values. Why I stop 4? Because the maximum value of the random variable is 4. So greater than or equal to 2 means it may be 2 or 3 or 4. P of x is equal to 2 means f of 2 is f of 3 and it is f of 4. F of 2 values, we already find the table. The value of f of 2 is 1 by 5 plus f of 3 value is 1 by 10 plus f of 4 value is also 1 by 10. The LCM is 10. Denominator 5. Into 2 only we get 10. So we multiply 2 also in numerator. So 2 plus 1 plus 1. 4 by 10. 2 plus 1 plus 1. 4 by 10. So P of x is greater than or is equal to 2. We cancel in the second table. 2 by 5. So the required probability value is 2 by 5. Okay students, now we finished all the exercise problems. The same model sum lies in example also. We must try and also we write without seeing any material in our classroom.